Welcome back, guys. Tyson here. Today we're going to be working on the core support for the GTO. So I believe I mentioned this a little bit in the last video, but these pieces here, I found a picture, I believe, of what they should look like. And from the factory, like this piece right here was kind of straight. It came out, up, and then curved back over, so you could kind of slide the radiator in to that space, I believe. Like I said, don't quote me 100%. That's just kind of what I've gathered from my internet research. But see, I don't even have the regular supports on the car for the original radiator on the bottom. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to clean these up. So this one I'm just going to cut basically straight along here to make just a straight, rail here. Get rid of this piece. And then I'll do the exact same thing to a degree, or the same effect over here, where I'll just put in a piece of plate here, so it's just basically a straight shot up to here. And then that gives me options in the future when I figure out what kind of radiator I'm actually going to need to run on the car, because I don't think a stock one would really cut it anyway. It's probably going to have to be a little bigger. So I'm just going to fab up those pieces. I've got to do a little, see this little, whatever happened there, I couldn't tell you, but I'm gonna have to do a little patch there, and then just this piece here, cut that down, and then fix this hole right here where something punched through the bottom of that. I have no idea how that could have happened, but so I'll grind these off, cut them off, put a little piece in here, and I think I'm gonna try and, I don't know if you guys can see that on camera or not, but that thing's a little out of shape. You see how it's kind of bent out down here. I may hammer and kind of try and bend this back into shape a little bit before I patch this. But that's what I'm going to be working on today. So it's probably going to be a lot of time lapse. I mean, I haven't, just not a whole lot to talk about, nothing to it but to do it. So stand by and I'll get to work. Alright guys, I got my pieces cut out. Check it out. I don't know if you can see that. It's just my templates here. I just trace everything out in cardboard, put the pieces behind where I need, as you probably saw in the video, and then you just get all your little pieces ready to go. So I pretty much got everything cleaned up, ready to go. Now it's time to go ahead and get this set up to weld. It's going to be a little tricky. I don't really want to do it on the floor. I may actually place the piece on here or on my big bench over there, but we'll see. So yeah, I just got to get everything set up, get those pieces tacked, and then full welded in, which I'm a little nervous about because I don't know if you can tell or not, but that material is pretty thin. I've done a little bit of welding before on like sheet metal, thinner metal, and it is not easier. It's definitely blow through city, if you know what I mean. So hopefully I can mitigate that with just kind of little spot welds here and there. It's probably going to be extremely time consuming, but it should come out pretty good. So yeah, stand by and I'll get these pieces welded in. Okay guys, pretty much got this not quite done, but at the very least ready for paint. So there's my long one there, and I just kind of rounded it a smidge here just to try and match this. And I may go over it with the file just to kind of make it a little better, a hand file, you know. Even ground down this spot here just to make it a little nicer. This guy here is done. It's fairly flat. I mean, even this thing, I pounded on it a little bit and I actually got that bubble to go in. Not sure if you can see that very well or not from this angle, but that was the one that was like bulged out. So I got that good. This is good. I think this thing is pretty close to as good as it's gonna get. Got that piece trimmed down. So that's nice and, I don't know, somewhat uniform, somewhat matching. So yeah, this thing's good to go. All I gotta do is get it to paint. And it's just going to be a semi-gloss black, you know, like the rest of the, that's what I think I'm going to paint the engine bay, is that semi-gloss black. So paint that semi-gloss to match, and once I pick a radiator, then I can kind of see I may have to, see, that's one thing I may hold off. I may have to make another little bracket or something off of here once I get the new radiator, so we'll see. I may just hold off on this piece depending on what I decide to do with the body. So anyway, let me stop rambling. That's enough for this video. As always, guys, thanks for watching. Please continue to comment, like, and subscribe. It really helps us out, and we'll see you on the next one.